I've never seen a yacht like this in my dreams. Sailing the seas in boats so grand, it seems. But we're just humble sailors, salt upon our cheeks, gold classic every day of the week.
Hey everybody, welcome back to BoatFools Sailing. Thanks for tuning in last week and thanks for watching this week. Okay, it's early November. It's snowing outside. All the boats are out of the harbor behind me and it's a little bit depressing, but that means the holidays are right around the corner, and the holidays mean is the season of giving. So why not give yourself a boat or give your loved one a sailboat for Christmas? What better gift is there, right? So I'm really excited to be back in Maine this week to look at our top 10 because there are some really cool boats that have come on the market for less than $30,000, and I just had to share them with you because I think they're going to go fast. I think prices are coming down, and I think it's a buyer's market right now, as it has been since early in the summer. So buckle up. There's some really cool boats, but I want to proceed with caution. I just posted up a video a couple days ago about how not to get scammed when buying a boat from a broker or a seller. And it's imperative that as we go through this list, when the listing says, excellent or good condition, doesn't necessarily mean that is so. You need to go with a second set of eyes with you to check out the boat. You need to get a survey done, and you need to proceed with caution because you can get duped, and that almost happened to my buddy. So get ready for this week's list. There's some really cool boats. Buckle up. We're going to blast through these like a snowplow going down the interstate. Let's go. All right, ladies and gents, for the first time ever in our top 10 countdown is a 1982 Hunter. She is the Cherubini design version, list price of $24,750, listed about 2 months ago in Rockland, Maine. Now, the reason I selected this Hunter to hit the number 10 spot this week is because a lot has been done to her, not the least of which is a 14 horsepower Yanmar that was installed as of 2019. You've got a new Dodger as of 2018, new Raymarine chart plotter as of 2021, new sails 2018, new cutlass bearing 2022, a 2000 watt inverter. You got solar panels, you got VHF, you've got a new marine head as of 2021, autopilot, a 4-inch mattress topper, gimbal stove, upgraded winches. It goes on and on. New rigging, less than 10 years old. You've got a mainsail Genoa 150, a storm jib, and a spinnaker with custom fit cockpit cushions. These people have owned her for 3 years, and she's ventured all over the coast of Maine, and they're upgrading to a larger boat. So let's take a look at the pictures because she is loaded and looks very nice. Okay, here's your cockpit. Nice high combings here. You've got some nice teak accents, a nice Dodger here. That's worth its weight in gold, especially in that hot Maine summer sun, right? Here is your radar array back here, as Josh might call your tuna tower, but this one's not quite as offensive as some. You've got an aft transom ladder. The down below looks like it's got some wear and tear on the sole floor. That's not anything that can't be fixed. You've got a microwave in here, which is kind of sweet. Center line sink, galley sink, gimbaled stove, and generally speaking, the down below doesn't look too bad. You got a nice big quarter berth back there. She's 33 feet. You've got a beam of 10, just over 10 feet. Here's your head with shower, nice wet head, companionway. So I think with some elbow grease, you could shine this boat up. There's your new toilet in the head, and your V-berth up in there, which looks cozy. You got some nice light in here. It's nice and bright. Compression post for your mast. And I think if you redid the sole floor, she would be looking pretty sweet down below. And here is your newer Yanmar engine, which is unbelievable. That's worth the price of admission alone right there, ladies and gentlemen. There she is again. There's your inverter, another look down below. But all in all, a really nice example of a Hunter. And it looks like you've got a stack pack here, and some lazy jacks, roller furling, nice lines. And I think with a little love and affection, you could really make this Hunter into a sweet boat. And at that price point, I think you could probably get her for even less because she's been on the market for a while. We're heading into winter. I would shoot for just shy of 20 and see what you can do. But let's look at the sailboat data on this, okay? This was a very successful model for Hunter. Like I said, she's the Cherubini design. Here she is. There's your sail plan. You've got a length overall of just under 33 feet, length on water of 27, beam of just over 10 feet, and max draft of 5 1/4, fiberglass construction. I'll find out about the hull. There's the Cherubini design, John Cherubini. Sail area displacement of 16.5. That's pretty great. Ballast displacement nearly 40 at 38. That's great, nearly 39. Moderate displacement at 238, comfort ratio of nearly 26. Not bad. Capsizing screening of just under 2, and an S factor of over 2. So this is pretty nice. This is pretty sweet, and reasonable performance out of this boat. And I think she's got some years left. And with all the work done, I think you could get into this for a low price and have something you don't have to do a lot to go have a good time. All right, coming in at number 9 this week is another Saber 28. I love these, and if you haven't picked one up yet, go get one. This one's a nice example of one. She's 1978, $15,000, located in Bernard, Maine, and has been in the family for several decades and sailed on the East Coast from Eastport, Maine, down to Grand Manan, to all the way down to Connecticut. With accommodations for 6 below. She is well designed, Maine built, blah, blah. We all know this. She's got upgraded sails, engine, cockpit, cushions, and electronics. She's very clean and a terrific sailing sloop for a reasonable price. Let's look at the pictures. Not a lot of pictures on this boat, but I can tell you, based on the other Saber 28s I've seen for sale, this one looks to be in really nice shape. Deck step mast. There are your hatches. You got a little solar. The sole floor could use a little love, or just keep it as is. Who cares, right? You're just going to go sailing on this boat, and you're going to get a lot of use out of it. No cushions are on board in these pictures, so you can't really tell. But there's your, looks like your holding tank, and there's your head, and wet locker. There's your galley, and your switchboard. There's your engine, and it looks like you've got about 2,600 total hours on your engine. There's looking back into your cockpit. Again, if that engine's been well maintained and it's a diesel, you're going to have some life left in it. And I would get a tune-up by a diesel mechanic or do it yourself if you're so inclined. But there's some bright work on here that could use some, some oil or varnish if you want to go that route. There are your batteries, your battery bank. But there's your mast, and you've got radar. There's your transom. But a really pretty example of the Saber 28. I just want to make sure we're not missing anything on this. If there's any more information on here, propulsion, Yanmar, 3-cylinder. Engine year is 1998, so it has been updated, and it says here 1,024 hours on the new engine. So maybe that engine hour meter is not accurate based on this information, but obviously a survey would tell you what you need to know. You've got a holding tank, you've got one head. Let's look at the sailboat data. Okay, here she is. She's got pretty lines, and like I say over and over and over again, these Saber 28s are solid boats. And if you're looking to break into sailing, or at least to your first big boat, first keel boat, this would be a great boat to get into. Length overall of just over 28, length on water just over 22, beam of just over 9, fiberglass construction. I'll find out about the decks, but I believe they're cord. 320 of these were built. Very successful model for Saber. This is not a Volvo. It is a Yanmar. Holds 20 gallons of water, 20 gallons of diesel, which is great. Sail area displacement nearly 16, heavy displacement of 296, ballast displacement of nearly 37, which is great. Comfort ratio of 26, which is creeping up toward that 30 mark, which I like. Some people poo-poo this data. I do not poo-poo this data. There is a lot of valuable information in this. Capsizing screening of just under 2 and a speed factor of just under 2. So great numbers, great boat. I highly recommend one of these if you're looking to buy your first keel boat, first big boat. All right, coming in at number 8 this week is a bit of a flyer for me. I sort of fell in love with the design of this. I'd never seen one before. It's called a Cornish Krabber. It's reported to be the Mark II model, though I couldn't find that. I think it's a Mark I. Fiberglass construction and fiberglass laminated cord deck. But let's look at the pictures on this. This is a cool boat. 24 feet long, List price, I believe, is $17,000, but I'll verify. But this is just like a neat sort of work boat. But you could also cruise on this thing. You've got a little stove down below. She's not very big, but here's a classic picture of a Cornish Krabber. This is the Mark, yeah, so it's the Mark 1, not the Mark 2. And she is centerboard, but just neat sort of classic, almost pilot cutter lines on her. And gaff rig, wooden spars, and really a nifty looking little boat. And I've never seen one before, and I just kind of fell in love with the design of this. There's your nav station. There she is at the dock. Yeah, list price is $17,000, and reported to be in good condition, 24 feet long, located in Tennant's Harbor, Maine. That's down in the St. George area. That's posted. She was posted about 3 days ago. New to the market, gorgeous Cornish Krabber, a rare find, very few imported to the U.S. Wood stove, excellent umbrella, cabin cushions, vinyl cockpit cushions, gaff cutter, Yanmar engine, diesel, runs like silk, VGC Kappa sails, Tambark, running backstays, composite hull, Encore fiberglass decks, ready to sail, just hauled in Sprucehead at Sprucehead Marine. There's no trailer. Call now if you're interested before she's wrapped up. Come spring, I might change my mind. So this person loves this boat. So a few pictures of wood MK1, identical to MK2, except Mark II has a larger sail plan and is made of fiberglass. Okay, so the Mark I was made of wood and the Mark II is made of fiberglass. So that clarifies that. But here we have the information on the Mark I. And this does say that she is fiberglass, fiberglass construction here. And length overall, including the bowsprit, nearly 30 feet, length on the water 20, beam of 8, max draft with the board down of nearly 5 feet, min draft board up of just over 2.4. First made in 1974, built in the UK. Diesel Yanmar engine and not a soul. Sail area displacement of nearly 18. She's considered to be a moderate displacement, comfort ratio of nearly 20, so a little low on that front, but she's short. Capsizing screening of under 2 and a hull speed of 6. A very interesting boat, and if you're interested in something funky, a day sailor, maybe a weekender, this boat would be an interesting take. And I really just sort of fell in love with her, and I hope you agree. It's just an interesting looking boat. And if you wanted something fun and unusual and a head turner that you could do a little coastal cruising on, even has an outboard on a rack there, you could have some fun with this boat. And I just think it's adorable. So she is number 8 this week. All right, coming in at number 7 this week is a 1964 Pearson Triton, 28 feet long, list price of $3,500, located in Rockland, Maine, listed about 4 days ago. Now look, it says it's in fair condition, the ad does, and it's being sold because the owner hasn't been able to sail her in the last 3 years. The Atomic Ford ran when the boat was last in the water 4 years ago. It comes with 2 mainsails, 1 jib, 2 Genoas, and a spare mast. Now look, I'm not saying this is a go-to layup. I'm saying if you have the skills and the know-how and the DIY acumen, this could be a really cool boat, because at $3,500, and I bet you could get it for $3,000 or maybe less, you could have yourself a really nice boat that with a little love and affection, you could fix up. Clearly, she needs some work. I am not suggesting otherwise. We don't know what the down below looks like. It could be a hot mess, or it might not be bad, but clearly the decks need a good scrub, and some boat soap and some a good scrub brush would take care of this in a hot second. So long as the engine is serviceable and the sails are serviceable, and you take a close look at this with someone very knowledgeable about boats to make sure there are no other obvious issues, you could have yourself a great entry-level boat to get out there on the bay to find your zen. Now, this was a very successful model for Pearson. It was their first big boat. About 150 of these were made. It's a Carl Arlberg design, so that's a huge plus. You've got a length overall of just over 20 feet, length on water of just over 21, a beam of 8 1/4, max draft of just under 4 feet. That's great. That's a full keel, so this is going to be a comfortable boat. Atomic 4, gas engine, correct. And there's nothing wrong with those as long as they have been well maintained. Sail area displacement of just over 16, ballast displacement of nearly 44. Nice stiff boat. She's going to hold up in a breeze. She's a heavy displacement of 311, a comfort ratio of nearly, going on 28, 27.35. Nice, comfortable ride, capsizing screening of under 2, and an S factor of just over 1.5 at 1.6. So a fun boat. It's going to be a lively sail, and these things are slick. And like I said, for that kind of investment, if it's not a total disaster, this could be a great buy. So you want to get someone who knows something about gas engines and get this thing to turn over. You want to make sure that the hull integrity is good, and you want to make sure your sails are serviceable. And if those things all check, then you've got yourself a great, great boat. All right, coming in at number 6 this week is another Pearson. This is a 1966 Pearson Wanderer 30 feet long. List price of $12,000, located in Brooklyn, Maine, posted about 3 weeks ago, reported to be in excellent condition. Now, you all know, don't fall for that, right? Excellent means take a closer look. However, it could be true. So trust but verify. Total engine hours of 420. She is a Bill Shaw design, who was the chief designer for Pearson Yachts. Now, this classic Pearson is a coastal cruiser with a roller furling jib installed in 2004. Good shape, loose-footed and fully battened main. That's nice. Rudder was replaced approximately 10 years ago. That's great. New Dodger installed in 2020. Very nice. And older sails on board the boat. The Pearson is equipped with a Yanmar 20 horsepower diesel, freshwater cooled, with approximately 420 hours on it, installed in 2000 with a new prop and shaft as well. Okay, that's pretty cool. The boat also includes a VHF depth sounder, Garmin chart plotter, and Danforth Corsair bulkhead compass. Bright work done, decks and hull old but well maintained. Yard maintained as well. The V-berth has a modification installed, a panel and cushion, and that bridges the space between the berths. That's okay, but the original layout is still intact. Cushions are approximately 22 years old but are in decent condition. The boat has been stored and well maintained at an Atlantic Boat Yard in Brooklyn, Maine since 2011. Okay, so not a lot of pictures here, but I do love the lines on these Pearson Wanderers. It's got lazy jacks, roller furling, and the hull does look to be in nice shape. Decks look great. The down below has all this sort of laminate stuff, which I'm not entirely crazy about, but if you were a DIY person, you could do that over, but it all looks serviceable and nice. There's your V-berth that's been modified with this fill-in piece here, which is nice, actually. There's your diesel, which looks to be in great shape. Again, not many pictures, but these are really pretty boats. And for $12,000, you're not really going to take a big risk here, but length overall of just over 30, length on water of 23, beam of just over 9 at 9.33, max draft of 7 with the board down. She is centerboard. Minimum draft of 3.5 when the board is up. Fiberglass construction. I'll find out about the decks. 177 of these were built. Very successful design. It's not a gas engine. It's diesel. 24 gallons of water, 20 gallons of diesel. Sailor displacement of 15. Ballast displacement of nearly 39. Nice stiff boat. Heavy displacement at 344. Comfort ratio of just over 30, which is sweet. Capsizing screening of under 2 at 175 and an S factor of 1.3. So a really nice example of the Pearson Wanderer. There she is. Here she is under full spinnaker. And, you could coastal cruise this, you could day sail this, you could weekend this, you could do just about anything. And this is a really nice example. So if you're interested in a little bit something bigger and more substantial to do some coastal cruising, this boat would be a great boat to do that in. And at $12,000, you may pick that up for $9,000, $10,000. You'd be in great shape. She is number 6 this week. All right. Cracking the top 5 this week is a 1982 Seafarer 26, list price of $6,000, located in Scarborough, Maine. Now, I just had one of these in our recent episode on Sailboats For Sale in Vermont, and I loved it. She was my number 2, and this one's also reported to be in excellent condition, and you know how I feel about that. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's not excellent. Total engine hours of 400. This is a solid fiberglass boat. Decks, hull, the whole bit. Reported to be in excellent shape. The previous owner did a major restoration that included removing the engine, having it rebuilt by Mac Boring, whoever that is. New standing running rigging, lifelines, new wiring, sails, profurl, roller reefing, and much more. Due to his circumstances, the boat did not see the water for many years. We purchased her and relaunched her the past 2 summer sloops, 4 to 5 with V-berth and 2 main cabin settees, one of which pulls out for a double. Galley It has an alcohol stove, icebox, and sink. It's a great boat, but our interests have changed. Asking $6,000. Please email if interested. Upgrades 2 list, but include fully battened mainsail, 130% Genoa with sun cover, Yanmar rebuilt engine and engine mounts, cutlass bearing, rebedded prop shaft strut. Oh my gosh, on and on and on. Okay, so let's look at the pictures because excellent condition means different things to different people. Here are your cockpit cushions. Those do look nice. There's your tiller. There's your cockpit. There she is on the water on a mooring. She looks great. I mean, these boats are cool, and this does look to be in very clean, tidy condition. Good seamanship, clearly. And there's your rebuilt diesel. Looks brand spanking new. Wow. That's nice. There's a diaper underneath, no apparent oil, but they could have just replaced that for purposes of the pictures. But it looks to be in nice shape. There's your dinette table down, nice storage. There's your V-berth up there. Not a lot to dislike about this boat. These cushions look great. I love this. So she's number 5, and I think for a day sailor, a weekender, or a first step up into a bigger boat, keel boat, there's your rudder on skeg, which is nice. It's protected. This would be the boat for you. If you want to get dip your toe into sailing, this would be the boat for you if you have a little bit of experience. Length overall is nearly 26 feet at 27.75. Length on water is nearly 23 at 22.75. Beam is 8 1/4. Solid fiberglass construction all the way around. And she holds 43 gallons of water, 12 gallons of fuel. Sail area displacement nearly 16. She is a light displacement 174, ballast displacement of 38.6. So she's going to be reasonably stiff. Comfort ratio of around just over 18. So a little bit bouncy ride just because of her short water line, and capsizing is going to be under 2 and an S factor of nearly 3. So a fun, lively boat and really nice example of another Seafarer 26. I haven't seen a lot of these come on the market. I've had 2 in the last couple of weeks. So this is cool. I would check this out if you're interested in breaking into sailing. All right, coming in at number 4 this week is another Morgan. Not a Morgan 382, which I'm apt to put up here, but a Morgan 323. She's a 1985. She's currently in storage and shrink wrapped. The boat has a 25 horsepower universal diesel. It's a solid boat with many upgrades since 2018. She's got a newer radar, new AIS VHF, new shrouds, new bottom barrier coat. Rudder has been rebuilt, new windlass, new Harken furler, and a new Rocknet 33-pound anchor, chain, and line. The price was recently dropped from $18,500 to $16,700, located in Kittery, Maine, which is in the southern part of the state, and posted about a month ago. Now, to be completely transparent, my friend, who is currently looking for a used sailboat, at Erickson in particular, went and looked at this because it was a favorable price point. And he said that it looked tired. Now, I think, and I know that what he meant is that it needed a good cleaning and had been in storage for a while. I'm unsure how long. I think it's been a year or 2. And it needs to be cleaned, scrubbed, and put back in the water. Here I see some coolant here. I don't know why, so you'd want to have that looked at. And what's interesting is that this photo here on the trailer is from 2018. So I do not know if these photos that you see here are from 2018 or are more recent. I suspect they're not recent because my friend who just saw it said she was pretty dirty and needed a good scrub. And these interior photos don't look all that bad to me, to be honest with you. Anyway, if she passed a survey and you could get the engine going and you could check the sail inventory and see what they're all about, I would take a close look at this boat. These Morgans are solid boats. They're great boats. They're sea kindly. And what I love about this is the shoal draft keel and the rudder on skeg with a protected prop. So if you're planning on doing any cruising along the coast of New England, in particular Maine, that is a great setup for that. So sailboat data. Let's look at this quickly. Length overall 32, length on water of 25, beam of 11.5, almost 12 feet. That's great. Max draft of just over 5 feet at 5.3. Fiberglass construction. I believe the hull is fiberglass and the decks are cord like mine. Ted Brewer Jack Cord design, built by Morgan Yachts. Obviously, the subject is universal diesel, and she holds 27 gallons of fuel and 35 gallons of water, which seems a little light to me for some reason. Anyway, Sail area displacement of nearly 16 at 15.7, ballast displacement of 36.36, so pretty stiff boat. She's a heavy displacement at 314 and a comfort ratio of 24.25, so not bad. Capsizing screening of just over 2 and an S factor of 1.57. She would make a wonderful, wonderful cruising boat and a very comfortable, sturdy boat, and I highly recommend, if you're interested in a Morgan, taking a close look at this and see if you can look past the filth and muck and see if it's worth salvaging. Okay. Okie dokie. Coming in at number 3 is a 1981 Sprite 28 CE Rider built Luder's design. List price of $28,000. Now, some of you may recognize this from a previous edition of my show. The reason it's back in here is because there's been a price drop of $12,000. This was listed at $40,000. It's now down at $28,000, located in Lincolnville, Maine, and I think this boat is the bee's knees. It is beautiful. It is restored from stem to stern. It is full keel with a protected prop and a keel hung rudder, so you're going to be protected for sailing on the coast of Maine. And it comes with new hatches. It's got an asymmetrical spinnaker. You've got a good condition main and roller furler on this, and this boat is just stunning. I think she hails from Rockport Harbor, as it says here, but she might be stored in Lincolnville. You got lazy jacks, roller furling. The push pit is beautiful. The pulpit's beautiful. The lines on her, the sheer is really gorgeous. Aluminum spars, fractional rig. The down below is spotless. And like I said, this boat has been restored from stem to stern. And I think now that the price has dropped to what it is at $28,000, I think you pick this up for maybe $22,000, $24,000, and you have yourself a beautiful weekender, a beautiful little coastal cruiser that you could cruise the coast on with, and an overnighter, what have you. I love this boat. It's really, really beautiful. And all reasonable offers are considered. So it's a great opportunity, as it says here, to own a classic boat that has been brought back to like-new condition. And I can tell from the pictures that appears to be the case. It's just, how much do you want to pay for that like-new condition, right? They've done all the work. You can turnkey this thing and go sailing next summer and not have to do a darn thing. That might be worth something. So I think this is worth a close look. She is number 3. So let's look quickly at the sailboat data. For those of you who didn't see the first version of this, here she is. There are your schematics. Length overall of nearly 28 feet at 27.92. Length on water of 20. Beam of just under 9 feet at 8.83. Fiberglass construction. I'll find about the decks. Max draft of just over 4 feet. So you can tuck into some nice shallow places. CE Rider builder. Luder's design. Universal diesel, 46 gallons of water, which is great for that size boat. Sail area displacement of just over 14, ballast displacement of 42, nice stiff boat. Ultra heavy displacement at 424, comfort ratio of nearly 30 at 28.8, and a capsizing screening of just under 2 at 1.8, and a speed factor of 0.88. But who cares? You're not going to go fast in this boat. You just want to get there and you're going to do it in style. I love this boat. She is number 3. All right, don't shoot the messenger, please. Number 2 this week is a 1984 Pearson 34, list price of $22,500, located in Georgetown, Maine. That's between sort of Booth Bay and Portland, down on the peninsula. The reason I chose this as number 2 is because she's pretty loaded for bear, and it looks like she's been lovingly cared for. And, these are fast, comfortable cruising boats. You can also race this boat, and it's a lot of boat for the money. And I think you could get this for under $22,000. She is broker represented by Gray & Gray Yachts, but nonetheless, I think you can probably scoop this for under $20,000. Look, you've got ship-to-shore power. You've got a nice bimini here, though I would phase that out in favor of some sort of Dodger and bimini combo, but for more protection from the wind coming towards you when you're sailing. But anyway, stern-hung ladder, roller furling, and you've got a grill back here. And these pictures are a little bit dark. I apologize. That's the best there is online. But it looks serviceable down below. It looks like you could brighten it up with maybe some new cushion fabric. You've got a TV here hung from your ceiling. You've got you've got your ship's bell here properly mounted. That's nice. And you've got a VHF. You've got stereo controls here. Looks like a DVD player maybe. There's your mic. Here's looking into your main salon. I can tell that the sole floor needs some little love and attention, but that's not a big deal. That's something you can do if you're a DIY kind of person. Looks like you've got great storage, keel step mast, and she has a nice dinette table here. There's your switchboard, all looks good and serviceable. Gimbaled stove, you can tell the woodwork needs a little love and attention, not the end of the world here. This picture is rotated somehow, so it's hard to tell what we're looking at here, but you know, if it's a diesel that's been well maintained, you should be good to go, but definitely have a survey and have it checked out. Here's your wet shower and head, which is great. Nice molded sink, easy to clean. Now, your engine hour says it's 251, so either that's not right, or there's been a rebuilt, or the engine was replaced at some point, so a survey is going to have to determine that, or further inquiry with the yacht broker. It does have glow plugs, so you got the preheat here and the start button here. And here's your LP gas locker, which is great, that's compliant. And your instruments look a little older, but serviceable. There's your compass there, your self-tailing winches. There's your cockpit. I do love this about Pearson's. The lazarette seats, or the seats in the cockpit, are molded on the edges. So they're a soft curve here for the behind your knees, and they're canted down toward the water line. So when the boat heels, it doesn't feel like you're going to slide off. It's a nice feature that Pearson does, and I'm a big fan of that. She is undercover here, so it's hard to get a sense of when these photos were taken, but she looks like she could use a good scrub. But like I said, it's a lot of boat for the money. Yeah, she's kind of dirty here. That's not unusual. Ship-to-shore power, and these could have been taken before she was put in the water. You'd have to find out. But I really like this boat, and I think with the right person and the right fortitude to clean it up a little bit, you could have a really great boat. So here she is underneath. Here she is wrapped. I know a new barrier coat was put on in 2017 per the notes. She's fin keel spade runner, and I believe you have a line cutter here, which is good for Maine water since it's not a protected prop. And overall, just a very pretty boat. And there's been a ton of stuff done to this. So the current owners have owned her since 2005. That's worth a lot, because you can get a lot of history with this boat when you talk to the previous owners, and they have taken very good care of her. And these Pearsons are known for their fast turn of speed and sea kindly abilities. Yeah, that is all true. 2017 new barrier coat was put on. She was blasted. She's got balsa cord deck. She does have air conditioning, by the way. A Cruise Air 12,000 BTU air conditioning. Kind of nice. Not that you really need that in Maine, but sometimes it could be nice to dry things out. A lot to go through here, so we're not going to get into it. But a lot has been done to this boat. There's been a lot of upgrades. And I think if you're interested in a bigger boat, this would be a really, really good boat to take a look at and take a close look at. So let's look at the sailboat dead on this. Okay, here she is. This is a very popular model for Pearson. This is the full keel, not the centerboard version. Length overall of nearly 34 feet at 33.79. Length on water of 28.12. Beam of just over 11 feet, fiberglass construction core decks, as we read, max draft of just about 6 feet at 5.92. Bill Shaw design, first made in 83, last built in 86. Universal diesel, 50 gallons of water, 22 gallons of diesel. Sail area displacement of nearly 18 at 17.6, fast boat. Ballast displacement of nearly 38, nice stiff boat. Moderate displacement at 225, comfort ratio of 23.4, and capsizing screening of 2, and an S factor of 2.48. So a fast boat, a fun boat to cruise. You could race this thing as well. I think it's a very slick boat, and I would take a close look at her. She is number 2 this week, a 1984 Pearson 34. All right, here we go. Somebody kick it on the drums, please. Coming in at number 1 this week is a 1980 Victoria Sloop, 30 feet long, list price of $18,500, located in East Booth Bay, just came on the market about a week ago. I think this might be the find of the year. Now listen, it's being sold by the family because the current owner has health issues, which is a total bummer. She's 30 feet long, cutter style rig. She is a double ender, ideal for coastal cruising, blue water cruising, you name it. It's noted to be in fair condition. I think that's because she's been stored outdoors and maybe uncovered for a little bit. It does need some new wiring work. However, the Yanmar diesel was rebuilt in 2016, and the sails are reported to be in good condition. Okay, so obviously you're going to need a survey on this. But obviously, this could be a great investment. Chuck Payne design, only 50 of these were made, so it's a rare boat. You've got nice primary self-tailing winches here. It's wheel steering. Most of these were tiller. There are not many pictures of this boat, so I found some from a Victoria 30 that is currently for sale for over $30,000, and another one that's for sale for around $40,000. So I think this could be a great investment. It does have teak decks, which poses some problems. Maybe, maybe not. You got to get a survey. Wheel steering here, those big primaries. I love the high bulwarks on this boat. I love the look of this boat. So I've got some interior photos from other boats. This is the subject boat here. This is the only interior shot. So here are some others of another Victoria 30. And you can see that it's well appointed, beautifully crafted, beautifully built. Again, I love the looks of this deck. I love the high bulwarks. I love everything about this. And I'm going to go see this boat for myself because I'm so excited about it. Not that I'm going to buy it, but I want to report back to you what I find. So what else do we know about this? Let's look at the sailboat data. Okay. The subject is cutter rig. Neither of this is not a cutter rig, and it has wheel steering and teak decks. This does not have that. But we got length overall of nearly 30 feet at 29.67, length on the water at 23.3, a beam of 9.6 feet, and a max draft of just under 4.6. So nice shallow draft on this. You can get it in some tight places. Fiberglass construction. I'll find about the deck underneath the teak. Only 50 of these were built, like I said, built by Victoria Yachts in the UK. Chuck Payne design. It does have a Yanmar that was rebuilt in 2016. Holds 12 gallons of diesel, 33 gallons of water. Sail area displacement of almost 15 and a half, ballast displacement of over 48, which means she's a very stiff boat and will hold up in a breeze. Heavy displacement at 319, comfort ratio of nearly 28, which is great. Capsizing screening of 1.8 and a hull speed of 6.4. So really, really, really pretty boats. And I think this would be a great investment. And she is number one this week. She is hot, hot, hot. Check it out. I'm going to go take a look and report back. Get busy sailing or get busy dying. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
BoatFools sailing in our modest vessels, waves we wrestle, making all the sirens sing. Ocean air sailing there, we still enjoy the finer things. We don't care. The view is pretty good from here, and we'll always be sailors, sailors, sail on the open sea. No gold or diamonds on our ships, just grit and camaraderie. And we'll always be sailors, sailors, here weathering the storm. While the wealthy count the treasures, we embrace the salty norm.